Picture this. You're at a social gathering, having a great time, when suddenly, someone throws a harsh insult your way. Eyes turn toward you, waiting for your reaction. Most people would feel a rush of anger or embarrassment, but instead, you smile, remain calm, and respond with grace, leaving everyone in awe. How did you manage that? Today, I'm going to share with you how to handle insults with confidence and elegance, no matter how cutting they may seem. In this video, we're diving deep into the art of mastering grace under pressure. You'll learn not only how to rise above insults, but how to turn them into opportunities for growth and strength. From understanding why people insult to practical tips on emotional regulation and assertive communication, we'll cover it all. By the end of this video, you'll know how to 1. Understand the psychology of insults and what motivates people to say hurtful things. 2. Develop self-awareness and recognize your emotional triggers. 3. Master emotional regulation techniques to stay calm in the moment. 4. Respond assertively and with elegance. 5. Use humor to diffuse the situation and maintain your composure. If you're excited to master these skills, hit that subscribe button right now so you can continue your journey to emotional mastery with my channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Part 1. Understanding the psychology of insults. Insults often stem from a person's own insecurities. Think of it as a defense mechanism. When someone feels threatened or inadequate, they lash out to shift attention away from themselves. Insults can also be born from frustration, jealousy, or even a desire to feel superior. Understanding that an insult says more about the insulter than it does about you can help reduce its impact. The impact of insults. We've all felt the sting of a hurtful comment. It can trigger feelings of shame, anger, or self-doubt. However, the real power of an insult lies not in the words but in how we choose to perceive them. If we internalize the insult, it gains power. If we recognize it for what it is, a reflection of someone else's emotions, it begins to lose its hold over us. The power of perception. Think about it. If someone calls you clumsy, but you know you're generally graceful, would you really be offended? It's all about perception. The key here is realizing that insults only have the power you give them. By shifting your perception, you reclaim control over your emotions and how you choose to respond. Speaking of perception, if you've gained a new perspective from this video so far, make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell to stay updated with all my tips on self-improvement and emotional mastery. Part 2. Developing self-awareness. Do you notice a pattern in what insults affect you most? Maybe it's a comment about your appearance, intelligence, or social skills. These are your emotional triggers, and they often point to areas where we feel most vulnerable. The first step in handling insults with grace is to identify these triggers and understand why they affect you so deeply. Building self-esteem. A person with strong self-esteem doesn't crumble at the first sign of an insult. Building a solid foundation of self-worth is like wearing emotional armor. It allows you to recognize your value regardless of what others say. You can cultivate self-esteem through positive affirmations, setting and achieving personal goals, and surrounding yourself with supportive people. Practicing self-compassion. When we receive an insult, our instinct might be to berate ourselves or question our worth. Instead, try practicing self-compassion. Remind yourself that everyone has flaws, and no one deserves to be treated unkindly. Self-compassion allows you to process the insult without internalizing it, helping you respond with more poise and kindness toward yourself. If this section is helping you build more self-awareness, take a moment to subscribe to join a community where we work on boosting self-esteem, self-compassion, and much more. Part 3. Practicing emotional regulation. When an insult hits, the first wave is usually an emotional one. Hurt, anger, or even confusion. The ability to identify and label these emotions as they arise is key to managing them. For example, instead of just feeling upset, you might realize you're specifically feeling embarrassed or angry. This awareness is the first step to emotional control. Deep breathing and grounding techniques. Ever feel like your heart races and your mind goes blank after hearing something hurtful? In moments like these, deep breathing can work wonders. Slowly inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This helps calm your nervous system and gives you a moment to think before reacting. Grounding techniques like focusing on physical sensations, the feeling of your feet on the floor, for instance, also help you stay present and regain composure. Mindfulness and meditation. The practice of mindfulness teaches you to stay in the present moment without letting your mind spiral into worst-case scenarios. Regular meditation, even just 5 to 10 minutes a day, can improve your ability to remain calm during tense moments. When insults come your way, you'll find it easier to remain detached and unaffected. If these emotional regulation tips resonate with you, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss more practical advice on mastering emotions and staying calm under pressure. Part 4. Responding with assertiveness. Assertive communication is key when handling insults. Assertiveness is the balance between aggression and passivity. It's about standing your ground without resorting to anger or submission. When you respond assertively, you send the message that you respect yourself and expect others to do the same. Setting boundaries. It's important to communicate your boundaries clearly. For example, if someone makes a hurtful comment, you can calmly state, "I don't appreciate being spoken to like that." Setting boundaries is not about creating conflict. It's about protecting your well-being and teaching others how to treat you. Avoiding passive-aggressive behavior. Many of us respond to insults with passive-aggressive comments, like sarcastic remarks or indirect jabs. While it may feel satisfying at the moment, this only fuels the negative interaction. Instead, be direct. Address the insult respectfully but firmly. Passive aggression only keeps you trapped in the negativity. If this is an area where you'd like to grow, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth videos on assertiveness and how to set boundaries in all areas of life. Part 5. Leveraging humor. Humor is one of the most powerful tools you can use to disarm an insult. When done right, it can diffuse tension, showcase your confidence, and even make the insulter reconsider their words. The key is to keep the humor light and not mean-spirited. A well-timed joke shows you aren't fazed by the insult. Using humor strategically. Self-deprecating humor can work wonders, especially if it aligns with your personality. If someone insults you by calling you clumsy, you might say, "Well, at least I can make tripping over my own feet look graceful." This shows that you're not taking yourself too seriously, which often throws the insulter off their game. However, there's a time and place for humor. If an insult is particularly malicious or personal, humor may not be the right approach. In these cases, it's better to stick with assertiveness or even silence, showing that the insult doesn't warrant a response. Loving these tips? Don't forget to subscribe so you can learn more strategies for handling tricky social situations with ease. Let's look at some real-life examples. Think of public figures like Michelle Obama, who famously said, "When they go low, we go high." She has faced countless insults and criticisms, yet she always responds with grace and class. By taking the high road, she not only maintains her integrity, but also inspires others to do the same. Role-playing exercises. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone says, "That idea is just stupid." Instead of reacting impulsively, take a deep breath and respond with something like, "I see you don't agree. Can you explain why you feel that way?" This flips the script and forces the insulter to engage in a more respectful conversation. Now that we've discussed how to handle insults, it's time to put these techniques into practice. Role-playing with friends or family can be a great way to build your confidence. You can even ask for feedback to see how well you're applying assertiveness, humor, and emotional regulation in real-life situations. Let's recap. Today we've covered how to 1. Understand the psychology behind insults. 2. Build self-awareness and recognize your triggers. 3. Master emotional regulation to stay calm in tense moments. 4. Respond assertively while setting clear boundaries. 5. Use humor strategically to diffuse tense situations. I encourage you to practice these techniques in your daily interactions. Remember, grace under pressure is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. You've got this. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to my channel for more tips on mastering social dynamics, boosting your confidence, and living with elegance. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below on how you handle difficult situations. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next time an insult comes your way, respond with grace, confidence, and poise. Let's build a community of grace and resilience. See you in the next video.